As if you didn't have enough reasons to be suspicious on the dating apps anyways. There's always people you just don't know. You don't know until you actually meet them. And sometimes even after you meet them, you just don't know. I've got one more thing for you to have on your radar if you're swiping. And that is what they call food diggers. And a food digger is, now you know what it actually sounds like? It sounds like a gold digger, but that wants
free food.
Yeah, she does. It's a person that they don't want your money, but they do want you to take them out for a nice meal.
They don't want your love. They just want the food.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's not a person at all. It's a restaurant. This is documented now, but people are talking about it on TikTok where they have experienced what essentially is catfishing. It's a profile that pops up. You match with them. You start chatting and whatever. Maybe there's a vibe between the two of you. And so they're like, all right, let's meet up. Would you like to meet up at this restaurant? And so you go, and then they're a no-show, but you're at the restaurant. You're not going to just leave, right? They're banking on, well, I mean, once they're already here, they're probably going to order something. And so you've just been catfished by a restaurant so that they will get you in the door to eat something, to buy something from them. And they're breaking your heart, but filling your stomach. It's, I'm mad, but I'm also impressed. Whoever devised this scheme, a mastermind, a restaurant mastermind.
This is like one of the most messed up things I've ever heard on a dating app.
It is. This is pretty psychopathic behavior, isn't it?
Imagine being the person who got stood up on the date. Like, you know how bad that feels? Like when you go somewhere and you get stood up, like you don't want to tell your friends you got stood up. You don't want anybody to see you getting stood up. And to think that if I got stood up on a date, which would crush me, and then I found out it was the restaurant that did that, I would be ready to throw hands with whoever's behind the counter.
Yeah, and they might not even know.
Yeah, they wouldn't even know.
Because it's not like they're telling all the employees, hey, we got the scheme we're working on.
See that guy over there?
Yeah, it's like
his date's not coming.
One go-getter marketer or whatever in the marketing department is the one who's behind this or something. It's not the whole store, but either way, yeah, of course you're going to be upset. But I mean, it might ease the blow on your ego a little bit if you find out it was an actual person that thought better of hanging out with you. It was a person who never was real the whole time. It was just this restaurant that only wanted you to come get some fish.
It was just this restaurant that just wanted to waste your time.
Yeah, that just wanted to totally drag you through the mud.
No, I'd probably just sue them. I think that would be the best way to go about it. Probably just a sue.
You think you can sue that?
I think you could for sure sue that. I mean, what is that? For a restaurant, I feel like that's just lying. You're not allowed to do that. You can't make a profile and say you're somebody you're not. Wendy's can't pose as someone and tell you to come somewhere to eat at their food. That's definitely illegal. There's no way this isn't illegal.
I don't know.
You're telling me that someone who works for Wendy's.
I think this is so streets ahead. They're just so far ahead of the game that I don't know if there's a law about this yet.
Oh, there definitely is. There's no way that they can pose. A restaurant can pose as a human being, get you to come to their restaurant as a date. It's false advertising. Get you to come to the restaurant on a date and then not show up.
I know listen, it's wrong, but I don't know if it's illegal. That's all I'm saying.
People have been sued. People have been sued for much less.
Well,
restaurants have been sued for what? Their coffee being too hot.
Yeah.
And them not telling them. Yeah, they for sure get sued for this.
Now, I think it should be clear. One, this is more of a thing, it seems, at least more of a proven thing overseas, like in India. There's been some big reports on this. Also, I think it's more one-off restaurants and probably not Wendy's. Although Wendy's is, I mean, they have AI in the drive-thru. So what's to stop them from putting AI? Like they're saying these are AI profiles. It's not actually a person whose job it is to catfish people, because that would also be wild. But I'm sure maybe somebody's getting some ideas, seeing these stories or hearing us talking about it and being like, actually, you know what I should do? Get on Bumble and just start, hitting people up, and maybe they'll come get some food.
So if you get catfish or if you get stood up on a date anytime soon, you just go up to the counter and you just start demanding to speak with the manager.
Yeah. The worst is going to be now if you do get stood up on a date and it's at a restaurant. Now you're going to be like, all right, the jig is up. I get it. And you know what? I'm not buying it. And you make like a big scene. Yep. I can totally imagine somebody
Especially if it's at like a weird restaurant that you wouldn't have picked, but they were really set on going there. You're like, I would never pick this place. This place gets no business.
Didn't even know this was here.
Now
I'm
you know
the
why.
only person in the building.
This place is brand spanking new. Now you know why.
Wasn't that a great Riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.